Namaste students, today's our topic is AAEC, Appreciable Adverse Effect on Competition. The effect of information, exchange and culture amongst firms can have a significant impact on the market structure. When firms collude to fix prices and supply levels, they hold a great degree of market power. However, in the absence of a written contractual agreement as direct evidence, is there a presumption of cartelization and in legal information exchange when firms engage in parallel pricing? In the post, I seek to answer this question as I highlight the reliance on circumstantial evidence by the Competition Commission of India (CCI) and the use of appreciable adverse effect on competition AAEC test in India. It is highly unlikely that firms that form cartels and enter into anti-competitive agreements will keep prima facie evidence of a written agreement. A UK court in Registrar of Restrictive Trade Agreements versus W.H. Smith observed under the Restrictive Trade Practice Act 1965 that people who combine together to keep up prices do not shout it from the housetops. They will not put anything into writing, nor even into words. So it includes not only an agreement, properly so called, but any agreement, however informal. Under Section 3 of the Competition Act 2002, attention should be paid to the term appreciable adverse effect on competition to examine whether competitors have engaged in anti-competitive practices. Adverse effect on competition refers to various economic factors, some of which have been laid out under Section 19 of the Act, should as creation of barriers of new entrants in the market, driving existing competitors out, accrual of consumer benefit, etc. In Automobile Dealers Association versus Global Automobile Limited, the CCI opined that in order to determine whether any agreement is in contravention of Section 3 subclause 4 read with Section 3 subclause 1 of the Act, the 5 essential ingredients of Section 3 subclause 4 must be satisfied. Number 1, the existence of an agreement between enterprises. Number 2, the parties to such agreement must be at different stages or level of production chain in respect of production, supply, distribution, storage, sale or price, or trade in goods or provision of services. Number 3, the agreeing parties must be in different market. Number 4, the agreement should be of the nature as stated in clauses A to E of Section 3 subclause 4 of the Act, and E, the agreement should cause or should be likely to cause appreciable adverse effect on competition. If there is probability of these factors causing an adverse effect on the market, then the agreement shall be presumed to be anti-competitive. Thus, the burden of proof is placed on the defendants that their practices are not causing any adverse effect on the competition presently, nor are they creating a probability of such a consequences in the future. Thank you so much.